Dear students, I hope you would be okay in your respective homes. The pandemic pressure is on. It's killing people, infecting people indeed. Physical classroom teachings begins. From yesterday, the partial reopening up or the schoolwork resumes partial. The 50% staff is there and 50% students have to attend by following all the SOPs in letter and spirit. Because life is of first importance and we should give first preference to our lives. Dear students, in these days of pandemic, we need to be extra cautious and extra watchful. Physical classroom teaching is the real form of teaching, and these online or offline or virtual what we may say is never the substitute for actual classroom teaching. But when during the pandemic something is better than nothing, these videos are helping you indeed to the larger extent. Dear students of class 10th, today we are dealing with your very important poem, that is Snowdrop. The poem has been authored by Ted Hodges' pen name, Edward Hodges or Ted Hodges, pen named as Ted Hodges. In the same poem, the Ted Hodges describes a cruel image of the nature, and he puts the worst image of the nature in front of everybody or on show or on display, unlike the other poets that depict beauty and glamour out of the nature, from the nature. Dear students, in this poem, he discusses the harsh or extreme hardship that some aerial and terrestrial animals face during the winter days or during the harsh days. He some talks about aerial animals and some terrestrial animals. They face some difficulties, no doubt. So he puts before us cruel image of the nature. Always poets used nature for putting beauty or displaying beauty or glamour, but here Ted Hodges puts complete a different image. No doubt the harsh days or the nature sometimes goes cruel when extreme cold is there or extreme hotness is there, and some animals, whether they are terrestrial animals or aerial animals, face these hardships and some can't survive in the end. Dear students, the poem is titled as The Snowdrop. Here it Snowdrop means various things, but in this poem it specifically means a flower that grows in the month of March, April, and we can see the spring season. Dear students, here he praises the snowdrop because in frosty, in a hard environment or hard climate or hard nature, the same flower spreads or grows. So I am repeating the things for you. Ted Hodges is is has authored the poem Snowdrop. Snowdrop simply means a name of the flower. However, it means innocence also. It's the name of the flower that usually grows in the months of spring. Unlike other poets, Ted Hodge puts a cruel image of the nature because most poets admire nature of its beauty and glamour, but the Ted Hodges puts different image here. He puts on display or puts on exception how harsh the nature is. Some aerial animals, some terrestrial animals, land animals, and aerial animals, those living in trees, etc., face hardships because of the nature, because of the coldness, because of the hardness. It is because of the nature they face hardships. In the end, he admires the flower snowdrop that grows or separates out in the month of March when it is a frosty. It is a frosty, frosty months or frosty months we may say. He separates. It separates out. It grows out. It the poet admires its role, admires its birth, separating out because it faces all the hardships, all the cruelties of nature, and then grows out, separates out in the frosty months. Dear students, this is all about this poem or summary of the poem. It is a brief summary of the poem, but better is to see these things on your reference book of English, and when you read their stanza by stanza, you can get its exact summary or exact central idea. But in a flash, I am giving you some idea how you can prepare a note, or how you can prepare the summary, or how you can prepare the central idea of the poem. On the other hand, physical classroom teaching resumes from yesterday. The partial attendance of teachers, attendance of students is there, and we can also discuss the things there. But before leaving the class, I am advising you take care and come to school on your turn by following all the SOPs that are or guidelines that are being issued by the state machinery and health department. Thanks. Be blessed.